I'm Andrew.
And I'm Angus from Cracka Wines. And in front of us we have, a wine you've probably never heard of.
No, definitely not.
The label's Sons of Eden. Sons of Eden is a really interesting story. Simon and Corey. Corey is chief-ish winemaker at McWilliams these days, so he knows what he's doing. They've got some access to amazing fruit. And much of that fruit that Simon looks after actually goes to Henschke. And they keep a little bit for themselves, for Sons of Eden. Really small label, you don't see it around much. Got some really nice points, especially the reds lately though. Real name to watch. Actually, I think Halliday might have been kind of wineries to watch, top 10 new guys kind of thing. This is Riesling, 2010 Riesling, but a really different style to usual Eden and Clare, offering that we see pretty regularly here.
Yeah, and actually, now that we're actually talking about sort of the styles of Riesling, and as far as labelling goes, I'm not sure if you can actually make this out here, but this actually has the International Riesling Foundation sweetness scale on the side there, which we are very happy to see on a bottle of Riesling in general, because if anything, it's going to help people to understand more about, hey, this is a sweet Riesling, this is a dry Riesling, especially now there's been more of a push than ever before to make a little bit more Australian dry styles back to that older style. So this way, hopefully we're going to help people understand Riesling a little bit better.
It's a bloody good grape variety.
It is the best grape variety. It's the king of grape varieties. But anyways, which brings us to another thing about this wine. Now, I was sort of saying that I think that this actually looks very tight and very bound at the moment, in that it looks just a little bit sort of bundled up at the moment, and which sort of brought us talking on to exactly why that is. Angus, and why do you think that is?
Look, I think this has been made, I think, to be like a classic long-lived Riesling, but it's been made, with real, I guess, attention to detail, but also trying to really keep the winemaker as natural as possible. Whole bunch press is one thing they're doing, but also, a lot of Rieslings you see from Eden Clare, look, there's a fair bit of kind of, added acidity to give it that zing.
Yep.
This has got this lovely freshness of acid. There might be some added acid, but it's pretty light on, and it kind of, it lessens its impact. We're used to these ones that's almost like tasting Coke. Kind of acid drive is just there, and it just punches you in the face. It's like, wow, that's a mouthful of fruit.
Yeah, definitely.
Whereas this, we kind of are wondering initially, what is this wine? But actually, it's really an excellent wine, but it just doesn't have the impact we're used to. It's kind of like, pop art versus Monet, I guess, to some extent. Like, pop art smashes you see it, you kind of go, wow, that's impressive. Monet kind of like, have a look at the bridge.
And actually, that's a great way of describing it, I think, because it is, if anything, Riesling has always been that variety that is always going to challenge that a little bit more. It is, and that's often why people don't really, at least what I think that people don't quite get Riesling, is because unlike Sauvignon Blanc, for example, which is just all about, hey, here I am, I'm Sauvignon Blanc, check this out, it's aromatic, it's just a big, lovely punch, and yet Riesling, which has got a little more subtlety to it, it has flavours that aren't going to jump right out and grab you. That instead, it makes you think a bit more. And ultimately, unless you're really into the wine and and expect that you're going to have to sit there and go, wow, I've got to try and think about this to understand it, you're probably not going to like it.
I love this Riesling.
I really like this style of wine.
I could absolutely smash this. I just think it's just the whole package. And it's been made to be, 10, 15, 20 plus probably in screw cap.
Yeah, definitely.
But it doesn't just expose itself to you initially.
No.
You kind of have to get to know it. And that's what really good wine's around. Great job. Great price, bloody great job, Corey.
Yeah, very smart wine. All I say is that I actually think it just needs a couple more months in the bottle.
Yeah, could be right.
I reckon so.
And for you, Mr. Cheap, how good is it, Andrew? Are we talking 2 stars? Are we talking 2.5?
No. Look, I'm going to say that I'd probably say up to 4.5 stars. Whew. But it is Riesling, which is the greatest grape on the planet.
4.5. I'm with you on 4.5. Nice work.
Excellent.